Hello again. You should have something that looks like this. Okay, let's talk about the things that plants need. Do you have any ideas? Why don't you go ahead and just take a moment to say the ideas that you have about what you think plants need. And then we'll start going through them. So I'll just pause for a minute for you to think about what you think plants need. Okay, let's get started. So one of the first things we talked about that humans need is food. Yeah, do plants need food? They do. Now, we talked about this last week, but do plants go shopping? No. Do plants go hunting for food? No. How do plants get their food? Right. They use energy from the sun to make food. So, plants need sunlight. So I'm going to draw the sun up here. Okay. So we're going to draw the sun. And we're going to label it sunlight. Sunlight. Can you see that? Sunlight. So you know what? Why don't we go ahead and talk about all these, and then you can pause the video at the end and add these in, okay? That will be an easier way for you to do it. Okay, so sunlight is one thing that plants need to survive. We said that humans also need water. Do you think that plants need water? Plants do need water. Okay, so let's add that down here. So plants need water. I'm just going to draw a little bit of water maybe on the surface of the soil here. Because that water would soak into the ground there. Maybe I'll make it so you can see it a little bit better. You know, I'm using my blue just to kind of add some water. Okay. And I'll label it. What letter does water start with? Yeah, water. W-A-T-E-R. Water. So far we have plants need sunlight, where they use that sunlight, the energy from the sun, and they use in their leaves, they turn that into a sugar that they use for food. Down here, they need water. So sunlight, water. What about this down here? Okay, the soil. Now, when we looked at all the different plants last week, we saw that there was lily pads. And lily pads are plants that grow in water, or water lilies, right? They grow in water. So did they need soil? They didn't need soil. Many plants need soil. And even more than the soil, what they need are the nutrients from the soil. So there's different kinds of minerals that the plants will absorb, and the roots help them with take that out of the soil. So instead of just writing soil, I'm going to write the word nutrients. It's kind of like, you can think of it like vitamins for the plants, nutrients. Okay, so they need nutrients. Sunlight, water, nutrients. Let's see. Oh, are these ones that you thought of? Sunlight and water? Yeah. There's something they need. I'm going to draw it looking like this. It's a hard one to represent because it's not something you can easily see. They need air. Plants need air. Why do plants need air, do you think? It's a tricky one. Plants need air because they are taking that carbon dioxide from the air, that's a gas, and they use that in the process of making their food. So they use some of the energy from the sun, and they use some water, and they use some carbon dioxide all together to help make their food. So they need air. Okay? They need air. Did we say that for humans? Did we say humans need air? Humans need oxygen. to breathe. I don't remember if we said that or not, but if we didn't, they do need that. And let's see, there's one more thing that plants need. And it's not one that I can easily draw a picture of, so I'm just going to write the word for it. Let's see, I'm going to pick out a nice color that we haven't used yet. Maybe we'll use a reddish color. So plants need sunlight, water, nutrients, air, and the last thing that plants need is space. If plants don't have space to grow, if they're too crowded, they won't all be able to survive because they'll be competing for the water and the nutrients, and probably even for the sunlight, because if there's too many, they won't get enough sunlight. So plants need space. So over here, just in this area, let's write the word space. If they don't have enough space, they won't survive. Right? So these are the things that plants need: sunlight, water, nutrients, air, and space. Were any of these ideas that you thought of? Good for you. That's great. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of this, and I'll put this in the newsletter down below. And you can look at that if you'd like to help you as you're adding these needs to your picture. Okay, so you'll have to scroll down a little bit on the newsletter because I don't like to give it away before we talk about it. So the picture, you'll have to look down in the newsletter to find it. Okay, so go ahead and add those needs to your poster.